Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give will faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the mock trial competition?
I do.
Please state your name, spelling the last of the court.
Amari Wolpert, Wolpert.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good evening, Dr. Wolper.
Good evening, Ms. Anderson.
What's your occupation?
Well, currently I am the lead forensic pathologist at Southern California Forensic Solutions.
And can you give us a brief description of your educational background?
Well, I received my biology degree from USC in 1990 and an MD from USC in 1994. Since then, I have examined about 24 cases due to drowning.
Doctor, how exactly are you involved in today's case?
Well, I was tasked with determining the cause of death of Taylor Matsumoto.
Were you able to come to a conclusion as to the cause of death?
Yes, I was.
What's your conclusion, Doctor?
Well, in my expert opinion, the cause of death of Taylor Matsumoto was an accidental drowning.
How did you come to this conclusion?
Well, first I interpreted the autopsy and toxicology reports, in addition to examining the report made by Dr. Jackson in order to come to my conclusion.
Now, turning our attention to the toxicology report, what, if anything, did you find here?
I found that prior to death, Taylor Matsumoto had a BAC, or blood alcohol content, of 0.12.
Doctor, do you believe that a 0.12 BAC could have caused Taylor's death alone?
No, a 0.12 BAC is not alone enough to cause death. It could, however, cause an impairment of motor skills, in addition to affecting reaction time, balance, and judgment.
Now, I'm going to turn your attention to the autopsy. Doctor, what did you find here?
Well, in order to establish the time of death, I examined rigor mortis on Taylor's body, which is the hardening of muscles post-mortem.
Doctor, how exactly did rigor mortis lead you to your estimated time of death?
Well, on the physical exam, it notes that at 10 a.m., Taylor's body was still movable. Due to this, it is most likely that Taylor did not die before midnight, as Dr. Jackson estimated.
I see. Now, did you find anything else worth interest in the autopsy?
Yes, I found a 1.5 contusion on the back of Taylor's head.
Interesting. Doctor, were you able to find a cause of this contusion?
Yes, it is my expert opinion that the contusion was caused by Taylor slipping on the wet floor of the bathroom and hitting their head on the trough protruding from the bathtub.
Doctor, why do you believe that the trough is what caused the contusion as opposed to, let's say, the puddle?
Well, the trough is 1 inch wide, while the contusion was 1.5 inches wide. In cases like these, it is typical for bruising to appear slightly larger than the dimensions of the object due to the spreading of internal bleeding.
And how, if at all, did BAC come to a conclusion of the trough?
Well, as I previously stated, the BAC would have caused an impairment of motor skills of Taylor. Taking this in addition to the fact that the floor was slippery, it would have taken unusual agility for Taylor not to have slipped and fallen.
Interesting. Thank you, Doctor. No further questions at this time.
All right, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Amari.
Good evening, Ms. Delgado.
Dr. Amari, you agree with Dr. Jackson's report that Taylor died due to drowning, correct?
Correct, an accidental drowning.
You determined that the difficulty behind finding the manner of death of the person submerged in water, correct?
I'm sorry, could you restate the question?
My apologies. You determined the difficulty behind finding the manner of death of a person who was submerged in water, correct?
Yes, it would be difficult for any medical examiner to determine.
Okie dokie. While you agree with Dr. Jackson's conclusion that the BAC level of 0.12 is not fatal, correct?
Correct, it would not be enough to cause death.
Thank you. Therefore, her reaction time would be delayed due to her motor skills and balance weakening, correct?
Correct.
Okey-dokey. In your witness statement, you said Taylor likely slipped and fell backward towards the tub, losing footing, correct?
Correct, due to the slippery floor.
However, the body was found facing the floor of the tub, correct?
Yes, the body was found face down.
You also testified that the trough could have caused the Taylor's injury, correct?
Correct, it most likely did.
But then again, you cannot say for certain that it was a trough, correct?
Just how Dr. Jackson cannot say for certain that it was the golf club.
Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
Thank you. And it is difficult to conclude a golf club or a bathing trough to cause a bruise of that size, right?
Correct, you could not tell for sure which one caused it.
You also stated that a bruise is an inexact science, even to be determined by a medical examiner, correct?
Correct, no medical examiner could tell for sure.
Therefore, to identify a particular blunt object would be difficult to match, correct?
Correct.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Are you correct?
Briefly, Your Honor. Now,
may begin?
You may.
Dr. Wolpert, are you firm in your conclusion after cross-examination?
Yes, I'm still firm.
And why are you firm in your conclusion?
Well, as I stated before, with the BAC level causing impairment of motor skills, in addition to the wet floor, it would have taken unusual agility for Taylor not to have slipped and fallen on the floor.
Thank you, Dr. Wolpert. No further questions. Your Honor, may this witness be excused?
Yes.